Hi, this is Naoki Yoshida. You are watching Noisy Pixel.
What's up, nerds? Welcome back. PAX West 2025. Noisy Pixel is here on the show floor, per usual, covering all the indie games for your viewing pleasure. 3 days at PAX, covering over 50 indie games with a ton of developers, a ton of previews, a ton of behind the scenes. We have everything for you across these 3 days. We have day one coming up, so please stick around for back-to-back interviews with developers as they share their games with you. Be sure to let us know what you're looking forward to in the comments below. And now, enough talking. Let's get to the show. What's up, nerds? We're back, PAX West 2025, here with developer System Era, talking to Adam about their upcoming game, STARSEEKER, Astroneer's Expeditions.
Almost got all of it.
It's not an Astroneer game. That's bottom line is what
it's not Astroneer 2. It's definitely an Astroneer game.
It has that rich source of lore. Ever since I've covered an Astroneer game, it's the community that tells me what is great about it, and I feel like that's a sense of discovery. Like everyone who stumbles upon Astroneer feels like they're making a discovery, and that kind of essence of STARSEEKER is seen in this game.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I think that, like, not talking about Astroneer the game, but as a franchise, one of the goals that I have as a creative director is trying to pay forward that sense of ambition that I got as a kid from watching things like Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, Star Trek Voyager. I'm going through Voyager right now. Trying to be the video game in the video game franchise that can usher that to the audience that it plays in, so that you get a sense of, especially in a game like this, what it means to work with other people with shared goals. And so whether you want to call it like hopeful science fiction or optimistic futurism, whatever you want to call it, to me, the Astroneer franchise is really trying to chase that and be one of the vessels to put that in front of people. And STARSEEKER is our effort to like really be on the nose about that. You know, the STARSEEKER, the game is named after the ESS STARSEEKER. It's the space station where you and 99 other players are Astroneer crew, part of the Frontier Force, this crazy group of explorers that, you know, season over season, star system over star system, as the space station jumps around, embark on these expeditions to explore, discover new things, do a little bit of research along the way, uncover new abilities that you can do, and also unravel a little bit of narrative along the way.
There's a multiplayer aspect to this game. How is a player just freshly new to the title jumping in? What can they expect?
They can expect a game that, yes, it's a planetary sandbox, but it's also one where there's agency from the very top. So you actually come to us, not System Era, but come to the game to figure out how you want to engage with it. Whether you're going to do 2 hours a day, 2 hours a week, 2 hours a month, that's up to you to decide. And that game is there for you to feel that progression one way or the other. We're not a live service game that's trying to like put pressure for you to come in, log in every day. We really, as a team, care about FOMO. We also really care about this idea of like, dark patterns and monetization. We have a big chip on our shoulder to like do it right, be this like sustainable game that does it right. And so it's a game about you deciding how you engage with it, even though it's a live multiplayer game where you can play it every day, you can play it once a week. You can come back to us and not feel that pressure to engage with it all the way through. So it should feel good to like engage with a game like that.
How is it being seen played at PAX here with you kind of behind, watching people play us behind? Is it nerve-wracking? Is it cool?
I've been thinking about this game since 2019. So to be here to like, especially yesterday when we were just like getting it set up, a little teary-eyed, you know, a little like we're finally having people come in and play it. Hopefully it's not a secret, but there's like that little press hour before the show starts. We had a group of 8 people. Those are the first 8 people besides our team, either at System Era or Devolver, that have ever played this game. And I just like stood back with Brendan, my business partner, our CEO, and we just had a little moment of like, all that work, the 5 years was actually for this moment, for people to actually pick it up and start running around. And the feedback has been awesome. I saw people, so right now you can't actually talk to each other. So like a lot of people put their headsets back when they're playing. I saw people like high-fiving each other when they got their objectives done. I'm like, we did it. Like, we've done the thing that we always want to do. Is like, people are getting it, you know, because there's a bit of a worry too. Like, Astroneer players, you know, do they want more Astroneer or do they want more base building survival? And so for players to come up and like, whether or not they're Astroneer fans or not, they are definitely getting something out of this right now, which has been so satisfying.
Besides the extension of the series, why not Astroneer 2? Like, why Challengers? Is that a challenge on yourself as a creative?
It's a lot of it, right? Like Astroneer 2 would have been, and I'm not saying this as disparaging to anybody else that does sequels. I think it was the easy thing for us to decide to do. And what I really wanted to do was, rather than do like Astroneer 2 with the social hub, was do this other game that's all about that platform for us to actually engage our audience with. And so you kind of see a little bit of a tease in the teaser that we did with the Nintendo Direct. That station actually it's literally built as a platform for engagement. It has screens all over for us to engage our players with live information. I talked to you about that silly reference of Ralph Breaks the Internet, where Ralph is getting hit in the groin over and over again. All of its denizens are interacting with it. I want the game that does that as a community, where we can say, hey, Astroneers, where do you want to go next? What do you want to focus on next? Or here's what you all did last week. Because of that, we get to do this week. And I think that like a platform for the actual engagement and a place to like literally high five each other because of that accomplishment that you all had is a really special thing.
Let's talk about kind of game flow and what players can expect when they're jumping in. Can you just go in and have fun? There's depth here. You can kind of mine and look around and use resources. Like what are players expected to do?
We always talk about the serious business players, the players that want to come in and like understand how they can contribute to the narrative at the most. And we also talk about players that just want to be silly gooses all the time and just kind of like FAFO, right? And like just like, you know what, we're not taking any objectives down. Let's do a naked run. Let's get everything out of our backpacks, take all of our nozzles off, and just run around and see what we can collect and interact with. And you get something out of both of those things. And that's, I think, the thing that's special about this is, so for us, it's understanding, like I said before, how can you contribute to the story? What matters to you? Just purely from a product perspective, I care a lot about you having choice over how you engage with this thing. I really don't like it when sandbox games say no. And to me, we do that at a product level. So like if you want to come in and play it a little bit, play it a lot, contribute to the bigger story, contribute a little, just kind of screw around and be silly, you know, with your friends, you can do that as well.
And after this showcase and event leading up to 2026, are we in store for some new announcements, some bigger reveals? What can we expect?
Yeah, so right now we actually have a beta that you can sign up for in our Discord. So we're asking a lot of people to come to our Discord. We're going to be doing a live beta. Like I said, we're shooting for 100 players on that space station. We need people to come in. We need people to start playing this game and start filling those servers up with us. From the 100 players, and then actually it's you and 3 other people as a squad. But then when you embark on an expedition, it's a whole planet. And so what we're actually doing is having 2 other squads of 4 people also landing elsewhere on the planet to work together. And that whole experience, whether it's inner squad or outer squad, is all cooperative as well. So that beta is the next stage for us to start testing those things. And then of course it's going to be like gameplay reveals, and then we'll start to, talking about platforms and the shipping dates of those things, which right now is spring 2025.
26.
What did I say? 25? Yeah, 2026.
I do it all the time, and I'm corrected, so I got to do it once.
Yeah, I appreciate that, actually. Thanks for looking out. Yeah, just kind of keep engaging with our audience. We try to run a really transparent company, both with our employees, but also with our audience and our players as well. And so as much as we can talk about it, you should see us vlogging again as a company, which we used to do a lot with Astroneer. And now that the gameplay's out, we can really start to kind of pull the curtain back a little bit and show a lot of its development.
Well, we're definitely looking forward to covering the beta and more of STARSEEKER, Astroneer's Expedition. And if you should sign up now, but expect more coverage on Noisy Pixel. What's up, nerds? Welcome back. PAX West 2025. Here looking at an upcoming Souls-like action game, Memoria Wake. Hello. Tell us a little bit about this game.
So Memoria Wake is a Souls-like Metrovania. You can say it's kind of like Hollow Knight and Sekiro combined, but on a more isometric viewpoint. You play as this cat-like protagonist who has gone through a lot of trauma in his young life. And he's trying to reconciliate it. He's trying to find his lost friend. And our game kind of displays that through like 4 chapters throughout his life, each chapter representing like a slice of time. So there's that surreal and introspective version.
Did you feel that these isometric action games that we're seeing from the indie community are just not hard enough, and you wanted to jump in and be like, no, I got this. I'll make a game that's up to the difficulty that I want it to be? Or how did you approach the difficulty balance and all that?
It's definitely hard to balance because personally I am a big Bloodborne and Souls-like enjoyer. I like difficulty, but that's not most gamers, actually. Most gamers tend to find a bit more casual, right? So it's a little difficult having to shove the creative vision on the difficulty, which I understand because I want to bring this game to more people, right? I want everyone to hear the story of Nilo, the protagonist. I think right now the current approach is we want to make it difficult, but not too difficult. We want to make it accessible to everyone for it to be a challenge.
And tell me a little bit more about that narrative. Where does this adventure begin, and what are these characters that players are going to meet?
So you play as Nilo. He's currently a college dropout, and he's kind of a loner, and he's had a lot of issues with like depression, finding friendship. I'm kind of going through a lot in life, you could say. And in this game, you kind of start off with the childhood and what went wrong, and you gradually ease into the kind of evilness and the sinister part of the game. There's gonna be nightmares from your dreams popping up. You have to encounter your fears and face them. And this is what the boss fights are all about.
From a development studio, a small team like yours, did this game help you get over any of your nightmares or fears or insecurities? Did developing this game, or did it just create new ones? Where are you at right now emotionally after a game like this?
Yeah, so I think at this moment, we're all trying our best to finish the product. There has been a lot of things that happened in my life that inspired this game, but not to the extent that is portrayed here, right? Personally, I moved between many places and had some loss of friendship over the times, and that's one of the inspirations for me. I hope this can be an inspiring story. This won't drive you into depression. I hope the players can learn how to face these kind of challenges in life, and that's the core message that I want them to learn.
How did you approach the Souls-like Metroidvania, genre here? What unique elements do you feel that your game adds? I know some of the animations and the attacks are incredible, watching some of these boss fights, but what did you focus on in terms of gameplay systems that you feel define Memoria Wake?
Other than parrying, which is our main gameplay system that defines our game, I think we find ourselves spending a lot of time tuning a lot of systems so that it feels intuitive, because there's a lot of unintuitiveness comes with isometric games like navigation, falling off edges, and like bounding off spaces. And for example, when you're shooting with your ranged weapon, your water gun, it's kind of tricky to get that sense right. Like, it's about, I think we find ourselves doing a lot of polishing and making the combat feels consistent, right? So it doesn't feel fickle in a way, right?
Well, when can players get their hands on this game, and when are you planning on launching?
So we have our public demo right now, and you guys can play it for free. We don't have a launch date or release date yet. We're all trying to do the best possible, make the best possible game.
And what is it like kind of seeing players live playing it behind us right now? Is it nerve-wracking? How does it feel?
It's very exciting. I mean, we're all very excited to share the game, to share the core message, and to have players feel the kind of messages that we want to deliver.
Well, Noisy Pixel will definitely be excited to share more about Memoria Wake whenever it launches, but definitely check out that free demo on Steam now. Thank you. What's up, nerds? We're back. PAX West 2025 here with Hypersec Studios, looking at their newest game and first game?
Second game.
Second game in the catalog, Nevers, and here to tell us all about it is
Ryan Juckett.
Don't let me stop you. Tell me a little bit about this game and what's going on.
Yeah, so Never's End is a turn-based tactical RPG. We've sort of put a very big focus on how simulated and interactive the world is. So here at PAX, we're showing off like heat magic, for example. And the way the game works is every block on the board has its own temperature, right? And so if you lower temperature and raise it in 2 spots, you'll make wind between it. Lower it enough, you'll freeze stuff. Raise it enough, you'll set something on fire. That's gonna create more heat. But then there's also like humidity on every spot. So if you match those, it's foggy. Adjust them enough, it'll start raining because the air can't hold all the humidity. And so every little thing you do has all these interesting side effects. And we can be like, you don't need 10 fire spells in this game. You get 1 spell, it just moves temperature, but from that is like 100 tactical possibilities at any point. So we're really sort of like differentiating from a lot of other tactics games in that fashion.
I feel like the ambition of Never's End doesn't even stop there, as there's also an interesting character progression dynamic in this game. Can you tell me a little bit about how you enlist characters in this tactic?
Yeah, there are tons of unique items in here I could talk about. So like, when you recruit people in a normal game, you're sort of, maybe I'm paying for a mercenary, or they just like join my party or whatever. In here, you're this like special magical being. It's the only thing in the world that can venture out into this darkness called the Never. And so humanity's sort of like failing their battle against this thing, and they can't do anything about it. They go crazy out there. So to make them have your ability to venture out and join your army, you have to possess them and take their body. So there's a human cost to each person you take. and the world is reacting to that, and sort of you're reacting to that as a player of like, how efficiently can I defeat this game with this minimal human cost? It's like, what's the human cost worth this greater good? And sort of that's where a lot of the narrative comes in the game.
How do you develop a narrative around a game where possession is key and maybe your units are a little expendable? What is the narrative like? And I'm sure that takes an emotional toll on everyone involved, but please explain.
Yeah, so I mean, you also notice the game has a big mix of sort of lighter, cuter elements and darker, more mature elements. So some of that softens it a bit, you know, like if you're familiar with a game like Cult of the Lamb, where there's a lot of dark elements, but it's kind of cute, right? So there's some of that, but other, you know, outside of that, just telling a narrative, because it's such an open procedural world too, is tricky because you can go anywhere you want, right? Like you could just like skip this whole part of the game if you want. You could go straight to the end, go to this temple. The characters in your world were procedurally generated. The narrative gets told a bit more like you'd see in like Breath of the Wild or something, where it's sort of reacting to the things you've chosen to do and less like forcing you or guiding you into places, right? And then the world, part of that reaction is the world reacting to some of those human cost choices you made, and maybe they retreat into some buildings where there's less people around to recruit because you've been taking people in public too much and they don't like that. But then maybe, you know, if you leave the world for a time, because if you party wipe, you go away, the world evolves for a while you're gone, you respawn back at the temple, and people have maybe forgot. Maybe they're like willing to give you another chance. Oh, you're the new silver host that's come back from the, you know, the temple. You're gonna be better than last time, right? Yeah, it's cool. So yeah, a little bit of that.
How is it at PAX watching players kind of walk up and experience it live, not in a demo setting? You're seeing them play. What is it like as a developer? Are you taking notes? Is it exciting for you? Are you anxious? What's the feeling like?
Yeah, it's been great. Especially, this is the first time we've demoed it in the United States, which is where we're from, because we demoed it in Japan once, which was a very different experience because I don't speak too much Japanese. So this has been great being able to like talk more with the players and do that. But so far, everybody's having a great time, and you know, it's a very deep game, but we put a lot of effort into the onboarding, and like, I want more people to be able to experience games that are like really intense, like into the tactics space. Like I love Battle Brothers. I love like these hardcore tactics games, and a lot of people can't play them because it's too hard off the bat. And so we've seen success, you know, people like, I haven't played a tactics game before. It's like, just come in, it's gonna teach you how to play. And because so many of our tools are like, you know, like I was saying, you get one magic spell with all these possibilities, it's a lot easier to learn like, oh, this just moves heat. And then from that, you can learn like, oh, but that did that, oh, but that did that. And then you start to like, that sort of just comes to you more naturally, right?
So what are your next goals? What are you looking forward to now? Is it launch after this? Is it more demos? What's the future like for Never's End?
So right now we're, you know, trying to finish up development. We're working on the final big battle at the moment. It's one of our big focuses. And then from there, balancing it and then picking our release date and announcing that. You know, it's a very big game full of possibility. It takes a long time to test it and play through it and be like, oh, this strategy I did at hour 1 really paid off at hour 20. And you're like, okay, let's tweak the number and let's try it again. And then let's see what this person does who plays with this whole, you know, so many people have so many different like tactical choices. We want the game to let you play how you want, right? And like, I'm focused on this thing, you're focused on that. I fear fire because it spreads. I love fire because I know the systems. And so it's, that's the big thing at the moment, is just like tightening all the little knobs and getting it to like, you know, cohese together.
Well, we'll definitely be looking at all those nodes and tweaks as we cover it more on Noisy Pixel leading up to launch, and we're definitely looking forward to this one, so check it out. Wow, there's a lot of video games here to cover, and I don't think I can do them all myself. Who around here has what it takes to deliver the news that Noisy Pixel viewers want? Oh, well, I got it right here. Battle Athlete, back and better than before. At least, hey, Battle Athlete, thank you so much for coming back to PAX West with us and covering games. Is there a game that you're mostly looking forward to?
Tokyo Extreme Racer.
Let's go to Tokyo Extreme Racing.
What's up, guys? It is Battle Athlete here with Noisy Pixel, and I'm super excited to be here with Genki with Tokyo Extreme Racer. How's it been for you guys? Like, how's the reception been for Tokyo Extreme Racer coming back after, nearly over 2 decades?
そうですね。やっぱり一番大きいのは帰ってきてくれてありがとうみたいなすごい友好的な話はすごい多いかなと思ってます。ただやっぱりバグ多いよねだったりとかそういう話とか結構あったりするんで、そういったものはいろいろとうちの方でも直しながら対応しているっていう感じです。
One of the big questions is everyone's wondering, when's the full release?
フルリリースに関しては9月の末を予定してます。なのでもうちょっとセプテンバーエンドを予定してます。
What? Has this been known? What? So, hey, it's just in time for my birthday. But yeah, thank you guys so much for your time. Like I said, this is one of the highlights for me. And just, yeah, thanks for taking the time and thanks for being so passionate about a game that's one of my all-time favorites. So, thank you.
Thank you, baby.
What's up, guys? It's Battle Athlete here with Noisy Pixel, and I'm here today with Borderlands 4, and I'm here with
Grant Ko. I'm the Associate Creative Director of Borderlands 4.
And I'm Jamie Markey. I am a writer on Borderlands 4 and also the voice of Ellie.
And I'm just so excited to talk about it. I mean, how's PAX been for you guys so far? Has it been amazing feedback?
It's been great. We've met a lot of fans, signed a lot of posters and masks, and we just had our panel, which we just showed off so much in-game information.
Yeah, and also the smashing. I don't know if you guys can hear it at home. Borderlands 4 has a booth where it's a, what are they called? They're called a rage room, right? Have you guys actually done it yourselves?
No, not yet. I'm looking forward to it, though.
So, going from Borderlands 3 to Borderlands 4, Borderlands 3 was actually really critically well received. What are some steps you guys are trying to take to go from 3 to 4, like to improve what was already considered really great?
One of the major things that we're changing is that we've gone from a more linear, confined game to a seamless world, and that opened up so many possibilities for player toolkit increases like double jump, grapple, just expanding the movement, expanding the gear, expanding the combat opportunities, and expanding the way we tell the story.
You know, before it was sort of broken up into pieces, but now it's just all one big piece of land to explore, correct?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to really imagine that until you play it too, because we want players to be literally gliding over combat zones, shooting rockets down at enemies. Like, that's a fantasy that we want players to kind of utilize. And it's something that most games would kind of shy away from, like, oh, don't break our spaces, don't try to get out of our spaces. But we want players to kind of do that. That's why our mantra has been break free. You know, we want players to explore the ways that you can hit certain spaces, and hopefully, you know, when you hit the same space over and over and over as you're farming for gear and whatnot, you attack it from different directions, different angles, using different gear, different characters and whatnot. The amount of possibilities dramatically increase simply because we've really gotten rid of the walls to the game.
Also, I wanted to ask, for you transitioning to the writing role, how's that been for you?
A real good time, actually. So on my way to writer, I helped direct Wonderlands as well. So I just really have been getting my elbows in there, you know? And so finally there was an opportunity and a spot for me to join, and I jumped at the opportunity and it's been so just cool to see it from this side, having, you know, seen it from the performance side and from the directing side, and then now see it from the writing side, just and how it all comes together. There's so many secrets I didn't know that now I know, and it's just been such a fun, I'm so lucky. I think for me, I love a collaboration, and it's such a collaborative effort between, you know, the writers and the mission designers and everybody, that it's so much fun. And, you know, to be able to bounce ideas off of each other and then come up with something and then, you know, try it and fail miserably and have to do it again, like, that's fun, you know? And so even the challenges and the failures are a great time. Been a very educational experience. I'm still learning, right? It's unbelievable. I love it.
Definitely, you guys seem really happy and you know exactly what you know. Now, I'm really excited for the game too. And also, thank you guys so much for taking the time. I know you guys are really busy, so thank you so much. Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Noisy Pixel, Battle Athlete here, and I'm here with John, who is trying to pitch was Terrible Lizzards.
Yep.
What exactly can you tell us about a game called Terrible Lizzards? So like, what?
Yeah, so Terrible Lizzards is Latin for dinosaur. So terrible, Steino, lizard, sore.
I knew that.
Yeah, it's a dinosaur horror game, and it's available. It was the first idea we had, and we were blown away that no one had made a dinosaur horror-themed anything called Terrible Lizards, so we hopped on that. We just, I don't know, we wanted to make a game, a horror game. We love dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are so popular, but so underserved. And it just like felt like such a fun thing to explore.
Absolutely, I totally agree. I mean, like, they've been so popular. Like, yeah, everybody when they were a kid at some point, and then obviously with like popular movies like Jurassic Park and other things like that, like dinosaurs can be really, really scary. But yeah, like it doesn't really get tapped into. It's kind of niche, you know? Even the ones that did exist, they kind of like, you know, there's not really too much going on with that. So what exactly do you do with that formula?
Yeah, so we also wanted to make a game that was just fun to play, simple like core mechanics. So we made a platforming game, and the dinosaurs chase you around, essentially. So it's very inspired by kind of the tight movement of like Call of Duty, like Overwatch, Counter-Strike, like that very tight movement style. But then the kind of platform mechanics like a Dying Light or Mirror's Edge in first person. And the reason we did first person was so that you had to be more reactive and kind of flow state through the obstacles and moments of just navigating the space and then running away from dinosaurs.
Wait, so basically when you mean platforming, you mean more like parkour platforming, not traditional necessarily, not like Bubsy 3D.
Yeah.
But you're talking more like wall running and climbing and mechanics and stuff. Mixed with horror though, that's like an interesting choice.
Yeah, that's in a lot of horror games, they kind of take things away from you, like speed, movement, guns, whatever. And in this game, people can still be fast, but they have no way to fight back. It's just run away.
Basically, what is the premise? So like you jump in, dinosaurs, horror, like how does this even come about?
Yeah, so you play as character's name is Jordan. You're a college kid road tripping down Route 66 from Chicago to LA the whole way, and your car breaks down off of some New Mexico Route 66, and car breaks down by a gas station that has a roadside attraction across. No one's around, and you just go into the attraction to try and find some help. It takes place in the 90s. If you do find a payphone, and the tow truck driver, he's like, I'm not going to get there anytime soon, so just go explore if you're by that place.
Is there anything else that you wanted the viewers to know about your game?
We just wanted a really good core gameplay experience, but we also understand not everyone's not as experienced with like platformers, so we had made a game that we felt was really good with a low floor but a high ceiling skill level. So it's pretty approachable, and you can just come in there and run around, slide, swing off of poles, wall run, bounce around on things. So there's a lot of fun concepts of all these gameplay things that you can kind of string them together and move through the world at your own pace, or you can challenge yourself and kind of speed run it. Pretty confident that it's just a fun controlling game and fun game to play through.
So what sort of feedback have you gotten from players over just like the first day of PAX today?
Yeah, it's been really cool. We're all first-time devs. Our writer is the only industry vet, so it's our first time doing this, and it's our first time seeing people play the game in the wild. And it's a very surreal experience. It's different from seeing testers online, like people physically here playing. It's cool. It's cool that you can see their reactions. There's a lot that you don't get on a test, even if you have a webcam.
So when do you think we'd be actually be able to play, like the average person, Terrible Lizzards, and for what platforms?
Yeah, so we're focusing on PC, start off, and then we'll port it over eventually. And it'll be out late summer 2026. So this PAX is the first time anyone can really get their hands on it very early, and then we'll launch a announcement trailer sometime in October, if not soon after. Just depends if we get into some showcases.
Yeah, that's really soon. I mean, I'm really excited to see it. But yeah, John, thanks so much for your time.
What's up, nerds? I know Clair Obscure Expedition 33 is likely going to be Game of the Year in many circles. But if I could just be a hater for 1 second, maybe 2, these French mime outfits, they gotta go. And you know what? You're not being clever, and you're not being cute. Be sure to count along with us for all of the mime outfits that we see here at PAX West 2025, and know that at every event you go to, at least in the next 6 months, will be plagued by these mimes. Even the fucking dogs are doing it.
What's going on, guys? Mark here, and thank you so much for sticking it out this far through the PAX West 2025 Noisy Pixel Showcase, and we are so thankful you guys are watching this video. We are only getting started here as our road to 100,000 subscribers is closer than ever, so thank you so much for the subscribers that are on here already, and hit the bell, go to our Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff. We post YouTube shorts and reels of all our reviews and previews. Stick around for more Noisy Pixel, and thanks for watching. Here's more PAX West 2025.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Battle Athlete here with Noisy Pixel, and I'm at PAX, checking out PAX Autocritica. Help me.
PAX Autocritica.
Autocritica.
Yeah, peace to autocracy.
You say it so much cooler than I do. Anyway, first thing, game looks awesome, and it looks like the lore is huge, and we were just talking about it. What do you do in PAX?
What we do? Like, we're here to actually conscript people to join the state.
So, a dictator?
Oh yeah, I'm a dictator.
In this game, you're a dictator, and you go around and you're pushing your regime?
Yeah, so actually in that game, you build your base and you rule as you want. So you can pass policies that are going to impact all the base, like how people are actually living, working, and etc. Your choice, like 24 hours, Labor Day, mandatory per day. No worries. Like, they are sleeping? No, you go and whip them during their sleep so that they go back to work. Like, you can just do that, right?
So basically you have all the freedom of a dictator, but now it's like in a game.
Yeah, pretty much.
So in the lore, like what exactly, like what's the gameplay loop like? Like what exactly is taking place?
This is a satirical, totalitarian colony sim meets roguelike FPS. So the gameplay loop is like you build your base, manage your regime, go out in a roguelike expedition with your troops with you to spread your regime, gather resources, conscript new citizens, and also get your hand on the Tyrus system because their leader just died and you have a chance to free them from horrendous totalitarianism so that join yours, which is also totalitarianism, but maybe better. They don't know yet.
You're introducing the game to someone and you're like, oh, so it's a first-person shooter. What makes this different than, another first-person shooter? I very much overheard something about a strip club?
No, you did not hear that. So, I mean, when you go outside for an expedition, it can get tiring, so there are ways for you to recover.
Entertainment,
yeah. I mean, even like in a, authoritarian environment, like you need this kind of stuff to get your troops back on their feet so that they can go into battle again.
It's basically a USO show entertaining the troops.
Yeah, what we want to do is create very fun, entertaining games because, I've been a player for a long time. I get tired playing the same game over and over again. I want something fresh, and I'm sure a lot of people want that. But we also want to do something else, something more, and something for the society. So this theme is actually like we have a message to pass to the players. We are not going to teach you this is good, this is bad, whatever, but we want people to actually face firsthand what totalitarianism is. You are one leader now, you can do that, but there are consequences. Like if you're like, you have your people working like 24 hours shift per day, okay, they might get sick, angry, they might start to say, okay, I don't want to work anymore, etc. They might start a revolution. All of that can happen because whatever you do is going to impact on their loyalty, happiness, fear, hunger, and etc. And stuff's going to happen. But you can do it as you want. Like you can, for instance, increase the wage. You can decrease the price of the medical care, or you can just like make a public execution and say, okay, now you know what happens if you do that, right? Don't do that, right?
All right, clearly you wanted to make a special, unique game and experience, and if nobody else is making it, make it yourself. So even though you have a small team, like what time frame do you think you're looking at for a full release?
Oh, full release. So I don't have a date for full releases, but early access is planned for the end of the year. The demo is already alive on Steam now, so the full launch is going to be after the year launch. We'll see how it goes. Like,
so all the platforms that you're aiming for right now, you're looking at PC?
Yeah, so PC first, Steam only for the EA launch, and then we'll spread the regime to other platforms.
Oh, that's perfect. That's great. Hey, thanks so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Battle Athlete here with Noisy Pixel, and I'm here today with City Connection, and they've got more than a few games coming out. Some of them are pretty interesting. What can you tell us about Rushing Beat X?
スーパーファミコンでライバルターフ、ブレイブラザーズ、ピースキーパーと3作品発売されたタイトルの今回は新作です。
So basically, this is a whole new game based on an existing franchise that was originally on the Super Famicom.
そうです。今回はその2作目一番人気があったブレイブラザーズを題材にした完全新作です。ビートマップだとダブルドラゴンがファイナルファイト、ダブルドラゴンファイナルファイトと、ストリートオブレイジで日本だとラッシュビートシリーズがメジャーな。
But you also have some more games coming out as well, so maybe you could tell me a little bit about Mamoru-kun Recurse. So I'm going to assume this is a remake?
マモルくんに関してはもともとアメリカでも発売をXbox と PlayStation 3で発売されていたタイトルを今回HD リマスターという形で新しく発売しました。
It's a re-release of a remake or a re-release?
It is a re-release on a different platform.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I love the art, so it looks fantastic.
の人気がものすごく高くて、YouTube でも何百万回再生っていうのがたくさんあります。
Now, your last game here is probably your biggest one, R-Type. It's probably the most well-known from the 90s, really popular bullet hell 2D shooter. Basically, what's new about this one?
今回の R タイプデルタに関してはプレイステーションで発売されたコンソールとしてのオリジナルのタイトルで当時ワールドワイドで発売されたものを、今回 HD ブーステッドということでテクスチャーを高解像度化したり画面を広くしたり、あとアレンジでミュージックが遊べるようになったりという形でリニューアルしました。
You know, instead of it being cropped, you kind of opened up the screen. You can see more of what's happening while you're playing it. And instead of basically being 4:3, it's like 16:9. That alone in itself probably makes it worth a buy, even if you're a fan of the old one. That's a pretty different experience for a bullet hell.
そうですね。あとはそのポリゴンの表現のテクスチャーがプレイステーションの時代は限界があったので、そこをきれいにしました。
With the modern tech upgrades, the systems of the time were not able to render that much of the screen at one time. It's kind of like how when you take retro games and you try to show more of the screen, you see that it's not even rendered, like polygons aren't there. Right, so now that we have that ability, you basically just see more of the game as you play it, which is a pretty unique experience, even for like OG big fans of the franchise.
で、この3タイトルとも共通してSteam と Nintendo Switch と PlayStation 5、Xbox シリーズと全てのプラットフォームで出ます。
Just the fact that it's on new platforms makes it, and it being that easily available is convenient. So basically, you're going to be available on all platforms. What's the available date?
R タイプデルタはクリアリバーゲームスというゲームメーカーから11月の後半ですね。で、マモルくんはもう9月ですね。 はい。は来年、2026年の早い段階で。
So each one of them basically has a different date that they're coming out for, but R-Type, which you could argue is probably your biggest one, is November. Well, thank you guys so much for your time. I really appreciate you guys sharing your games and taking the time with us. City Connection is awesome. I love your art and your logo, and I just really appreciate your time. Thanks so much. Thank you. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Battle Athlete here with Noisy Pixel, here to talk about Rabbit Hall. And honestly, like, immediately I'm like, okay, well, farming simulator?
Yeah, I mean, why not? It's one of the best genres right now.
Yeah, but clearly this is farming simulator with a twist, which is tower defense?
Yes, so this is a genre blend between farming simulator and tower defense. That's what we're going for.
So basically, daytime is time to harvest, get your plants in order. That's like, some would say like the Stardew Valley time period, but at night, that's when like the raccoons come out, and then it's tower defense mode?
Yeah, exactly. So during the daytime, you have as much time as you want to set up your farm however way you want, harvest whatever you need, shop around, find new items through exploration. During the nighttime, when you're ready to duke it out, you can start repelling the waves of raccoons that we call the Trash Panda Posse.
Wait, say that again?
The Trash Panda Posse.
That's a great name. Yeah, honestly, that's such an awesome experience because, you know, a lot of people would say the market is very flooded with farm simulator style of games. I mean, there's a lot following the success of previous installment, Harvest Moon, Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley, the list goes on and on. So you're like, what are you doing differently? I mean, aside from the fact that you're doing tower defense, you've got these cute 2D animated characters that are really adorable. Like, who came up with the concept for the characters?
So our artist, Titus, is just amazing, and he makes us look so good. It all kind of came from the fact that we really enjoy playing tower defense games like Balloons, which is a huge one in that genre, but also enjoy the chill time just farming around. And we felt like there wasn't a good mix of the two that could give you the cozy experience you want, while still giving you a decent challenge if you want to do it. We don't want to create a game that's cozy but easy because it's almost like patronizing to some extent. We want to make sure that players can come and create a challenge that matches what they want to do, and that's what we're going for.
Oh, I think that's an incredible idea, namely because some people would say harvesting is the purpose in itself, but for some people they're like, well, what's my end game? And the end game is like, well, at night you better be ready because it's kind of like Plants vs. Zombies. You're preparing for the zombies to arrive, except for instead of zombies, it's raccoons, basically.
Trash Panda Posse, yeah.
Yeah, aside from the gameplay, which is really good, is there a story? Like, how does this start?
We're a fairly small team, so on the narrative side, we're keeping it light, but the story is your hometown's been ravaged by the Trash Panda Posse, and so you're having to rebuild it by farming, getting the villagers back in town, and possibly beating some bosses that are hiding out in the further waves.
You've been developing for 2 years now. Around what time period do you think that you'll be releasing, and to what platforms?
So we're planning to release in summer of 2026, so next year, and it'll be for PC, Switch 1, and Switch 2.
Honestly, I'm really looking forward to it. The more I learned about the game, I was like, okay, you got me. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
As the day grows longer, the smell grows more potent. And that is the end of day one at PAX West. What a day it was. Battle Athlete, how did you feel about today?
I liked it a lot.
I hope you stick around with us for 2 more days of coverage, and I swear, I promise, our energy will be less than this. But we'll pump you up. We got you. We'll show up. We show up. We show up for you. We show up for you.
honest. It's just working too much.
Yeah.
That's why I have a hat today. Like that's actually the whole booth design, you know, it's just so that I can have a hat on my head to hide my, you know, hair loss.
Noisy Pixel.